before anyone starts to accuse me of being a one-trick pony, I had come up with this story way before this whole rampage of secondary school anecdotes started coming in. So back in secondary school, I heard a joke. It was so bad, it still haunts me to this day. I was in my English class and my English teacher happened to be a woman named Miss E. And there was one particular kid in my class, Daryl. Daryl was a bit short, frumpy kid. Puberty hit him like a truck. His face covered in acne. Wasn't exactly blessed by his hormones. And there was another guy, Ian. Ian, on the other hand, at the age of 14, was already 1.8 meters tall. He was a class clown, charismatic, funny. Could have everyone eating out of the palm of his hand. One day, Daryl sat in front of me in class and said this joke. Hey guys, you know why Miss E teaches English? Because her name is Miss E. Exactly. Exactly. No one, how do you respond to something like that? But then, less than 5 minutes later, Ian, from the back of the class, said the same joke. Hey guys, you know why Miss E teaches English? Because her name is Miss E. The whole class just burst out laughing. It's been 10 years and I'm still trying to understand why. How did it happen? Why? Like, what was the difference? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a question that's been haunting people for quite a long time. In World War I, a psychologist by the name of Edward Thorndike was helping the US Army out. He was conducting a study trying to determine how officers rated their subordinates. This handsome young man there. In one study, he asked many of his officers to rate their soldiers on traits such as character, leadership, physique, posture. The results floored him. He was completely stunned. When the results came back, he realized that some of these soldiers were rated like super soldiers. They were the all-rounded Captain America types. And when he analyzed the results, he realized one thing. These guys were just all handsome. Basically, in the minds of the officers, if this guy was good looking, that meant he could shoot straight, march perfectly, he could bloody play the harmonica if he wanted to. Edward Thorndike stumbled upon what we now call the halo effect. When one trait in an individual swamps and overwhelms your general perception of them, it's a real thing that we can't escape from because we are bounded by our psychology. Here's a very interesting anecdote. After September 11 occurred, George W. Bush's approval ratings shot up. He was the president at that point in time. Seems reasonable. People would stand behind their president in solidarity. But that's not the only thing that shot up. His approval ratings went from 47% to 60%. And so did people's opinions of his economic policies. How does that make sense? In our minds, we generalize traits. People realize that they couldn't help it. If they thought he was a competent war leader, they would assume that he had sound economic policies. The halo effect shields us from something called cognitive dissonance, where you hold two different beliefs at a single point in time. We want to craft a coherent, consistent picture of the world. And that is why we are all vulnerable to this policy. We see someone with a brand new haircut, he must be a nice guy. We see someone in a suit, he must be smart, he must know what he's saying. We see someone in a stunning black dress, and we think, yeah, I bet she's a lovely person. These are the delusions that we operate on a constant and daily basis. But then what does that leave us with? Is it just merely a delusion that we harbor, an inescapable fact of our minds? It's also a heuristic and something that pains us because we are going to experience this. The halo effect has been documented in one particular place more than any other, the interview room. And we will experience this when we go there and you give your resume. You can be giving the same answer as someone from another premier institution, but in the minds of the interviewer, he has already isolated what he thinks is a tangible fact. This guy has first class honors, he has a GPA that's off the charts, he is currently a graduate of Harvard Business School. And then there's you, and you go there, you give SIM, URL, banking and finance, and you see the guy's eyes glaze over, and you think, should I call an ambulance? Because my interviewer has died. So what do we do? I would like to share a beautiful quote that I heard from Heidel Williams, a historian of speeches. Nowadays, we like our speakers to show authenticity rather than just follow the rules on how to vary pitch and tone. But without such skills, a speaker can lose an audience and thereby the argument. The appeal to mind and heart through the order of thought and the clarification of feeling is the basis of great oratory. One person stands alone before the many, experiences the anticipation, and starts to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, get that haircut, change your pitch, straighten that spine. It might just let your halo shine that little bit brighter. Thank you.